Okay, so like I said, we're going to put together a little packet. This is the first page of your packet. You can also use quiz 5, solving equations by balancing, solving equations using inverse operations, and horizontal and vertical lines on your test tomorrow. Okay? So if we're covering anything that you want to remember for your test, make sure you write it down on this paper. This is kind of like a huge chunk of your test, understanding this equation. It's also the basis of our next chapter. What is this equation called? That is what the equation is, but what's it called? Yeah, it's slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, or the slope-intercept equation. And in slope-intercept form, I've got y equals mx plus b. The y and the x are always just really just y and x. But the m and the b are going to be different numbers. What does the m tell us? Yes. And what can you tell me about slope? Rise over run. Did I hit that? I did. Yes, slope is rise over run. What's another way I can say rise over run? Yeah, change in y. Change in y over change in x. Good. Change in y over change in x. And what else do we call slope? Are you singing, Soraya, or are you answering the question? I just knew it. What else do we call a slope? There's something else that we call it. 3 words. Can play Wheel of Fortune. I was with my grandparents and we were watching a bunch of like game shows. Yeah, it's the rate of change. Rate of change. Slope is the rate of change. It's rise over run, change in y over change in x. So if I wanted to find the slope between 2 points, I'm given 2 points and I want to find the slope between them. How do I do that? What do I do? So that's going to be how we do it using a graph, and we'll get there in a minute. That's good. But if I'm just given 2 points, good. y2 minus my y1, but x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's just another way of saying change in y over change in x, right? And that tells us what our slope is. When I'm looking at my 2 points, does it matter which point I call 1 and which point I call 2? No. I could call this one x1, y1, and this one x2, y2, or I could do it the other way around, as long as they stay together. But for this example, we'll call those x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. Good. And we just sub in those values into our formula. And that's what we call this. It's our slope formula. Sometimes people get confused and kind of interchange slope-intercept equation and slope formula. So I just want to make sure you know the difference. Y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form. This y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, that's our slope formula. Cool? Okay, so m is the slope. What is b in our equation? Yes, y-intercept. Y-intercept is just the value of y when x equals what? Yeah, 0. Value of y when x equals 0. We'll draw a little picture of it, but first, I fixed it on your papers, but what's wrong with my coordinate plane there? Y. Yeah, they messed up the y and the x. I didn't notice it until I printed it off. My vertical line is my y-axis. My horizontal line is my x-axis. And if I have a line on my coordinate plane, I'm going to label my y-intercept, right? That's my y-intercept. So this is going to be whatever b was in my equation. That's going to be b on the y-axis. What is the ordered pair? Like, what are the coordinates of this point of my y-intercept? Yeah, it's just 0, b, right? The x-coordinate of the y-intercept is always 0. Good. And I will go back to what Micaiah was saying when we're finding a slope from a graph. We're finding the slope of a line just given a graph. What do I want to do? Yeah, I want to find my rise over my run. So I'll label 2 points on my graph, and then I'll look at my rise. How much do I have to go up or down compared to my run, my change in x? How far over do I have to go? And my slope is just that change in y over change in x. And don't get too, think about the value of those numbers. Don't worry too much about positive and negative. Just look at the line, because you all can identify when lines are positive, when lines are negative. So don't let the numbers trip you up. You know what I mean? Just know by looking. Is this positive or a negative line? It's a positive line. Positive line. So let's draw our little slope friend. Positive lines, right? Rise from left to right. Negative lines fall from left to right. And then what kind of line is this? Zero. Zero. Right? This is zero fun. Horizontal lines have zero slope. Zero, 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 zero. Zero slope. And what else do you know about horizontal lines? Look at your... Yeah, the equation is going to be y equals a number. Some number, right? And what did I tell you yesterday how to remember that? Yeah, hoy. Like today in Spanish. Right? Horizontal lines have a zero slope, and the equation is y equals a number, h0, y. And then what about vertical lines? What kind of slope does a vertical line have? Undefined, right? It's the nose of our little slope person. And again, vertical lines are an undefined slope. And what's my equation for a vertical line? Yeah, x equals some number. Vux. Right? Vertical lines, undefined slope, x equals a number is my equation. Good. What is the equation for the x-axis? What's my equation for the x-axis? Is it a vertical line or a horizontal line? Horizontal. So what's my equation going to look like? Y equals some number. What number does that equal? 0, yeah. So that's my x-axis is y equals 0. What's the equation for my y-axis? X equals 0. Good. Okay. And now just tell me, what does it say at the top of the paper on the other side? Arithmetic sequences. So linear equations and arithmetic sequences go hand in hand. They kind of relate to each other. The slope tells us something, and the y-intercept tells us something. What does the slope, like how does the slope relate to an arithmetic sequence? How does the slope relate to an arithmetic sequence? Yes, slope is the common difference. And what about the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept in an arithmetic sequence? Yeah, it is. It's a starting value. Good. Okay, and we'll do a little review of arithmetic sequences now. So you can go ahead and flip your paper over. Any questions on any of this? Anything else you want me to go over? Feel okay? Okay, so flip on over. Arithmetic sequences. Okay, so sequences are just lists of numbers, any old list of numbers. But arithmetic sequences are specific because you either add or subtract to go from term to term. Every term you're going up or down by the same amount. And what is that amount called that we use to go from term to term? Common difference. The common difference is positive. Is the sequence going to be increasing or decreasing? Yeah, increasing. And that's because we're adding to go from term to term. Good. And then just the opposite, if a common difference is negative, sequence is going to be what? Yeah, decreasing. And that's because we are subtracting between terms. Good. So let's look at an example. So is this sequence, is it increasing or is it decreasing? Decreasing. What? Decreasing. Yeah. Does anybody think it's increasing? No? Yeah, it's decreasing, right? I'm going 20 to 17, 17 to 14, 14 to 11, and 11 to 8. How am I going from term to term? Subtract what? Yeah, subtract 3. Good. That's great. So there's 2 different ways we can think about describing an arithmetic sequence. We can either write a rule or we can write an equation. My rule needs 2 parts. I need my starting term and my common difference. What's my starting term here? 20. Yeah, 20. It's just my first term. And my common difference? -3, right? -3. But then I can also write an equation. And my equation looks just like my slope-intercept equation, y equals mx plus b. And we just talked about this. What's b tell me? Yeah, my starting value. And what is m? Yeah, it's my rate of change, but what is it in terms of a sequence? Yeah, it's the common difference. So let's write our equations. It starts out just y equals, and then what? Good, negative 3x, perfect, plus 20. That's it. Cool. Okay, and then we got one more example. This was from your quiz, from that quiz 5. And something I saw a lot of people trip up on was, it says here, we're just looking at green hexagon tiles. So these white spaces here are not tiles. Those are just spaces. So you're only counting the shaded ones. Okay, and it's going to ask us, so it shows us figure 1, 2, and 3, and then it asks us about figure 4 and about figure 6, right? So let's start by looking at figure 1. How many tiles are in figure 1? 6. And then figure 2 has 2 hexagons, so it just has 12 tiles, right?
Yeah.
What?
No. They're sharing the 2 things.
Yeah, it's sharing the 2. Yeah, so it's only going to increase by 4. Good. So there's 10 there, right? And then how many in figure 3? 14. So what are we doing again? Yeah, we're adding 4, right? Adding 4. So figuring out figure 4 is really easy. We just add 4 to 14 and we get 18. Good. And we could just do the same thing to get to figure 6. I just have to add 4 2 times, right? But I'm going to show you a different way because this is easy to figure out figure 6. But if I asked you to find figure 822, you're not going to add 4 822 times. It's too much work. We work smarter, not harder.
You could just multiply it.
So let's try that. So let's use an equation to figure it out. So I'm going to write my equation, right, where m is going to be my common difference and b is my starting value. So what's my common difference here?
Plus 4.
Yeah, positive 4. So I don't have to write plus 4. I could just write 4, right? And I know that it's a positive. That's good. Plus, and then what's my starting value? 6. Excellent. So x is going to refer to my figure number. So I'm going to plug in figure 1, and I'm going to just check to make sure that my equation works. Okay, so I'm going to plug in 1 for x, and I get y equals 4 times 1 plus 6. And what's 4 times 1?
4.
And what's 4 plus 6?
10.
Do I have 10 hexagons in figure 1? No. What figure do I have 10 hexagons in? In figure 2. So I actually have to replace my x. I'm going to replace it with this, n minus 1. So instead of looking at this, so if I'm trying to figure out how many tiles are in figure 1, I actually look to the previous figure first. And that's what that n minus 1 is kind of referring to. So I'm going to rewrite my equation here, y equals 4. And instead of x, I'm going to write n minus 1 plus 6. Okay, and I'm looking for figure 6. So I'm going to plug in 6 for n. So I get y equals 4 times 6 minus 1. What's 6 minus 1?
5.
So 4 times 5 plus 6. What's 4 times 5? 20. And what's 20 plus 6? 26. So I know that there's 26 hexagons in figure 6. And again, if I just add 4 to 18, I'd get 22. That's my figure 5. And then I add another 4 more. That would still get me to 26. And arguably, this is much easier than coming up with the equation and everything. But again, if you had to find figure, 295 or something, then the equation works much better. Cool. So is this sequence of the hexagons, is that a arithmetic sequence? Yeah, why? It's not constant. If it was constant, it would be 6 every single time. Why is it an arithmetic sequence? That's it. There is a common difference. Good. Okay, any questions on that? Okay. All right, I'm going to hand back these 4 papers, and I'm going to pass around a stapler. You can put together your packet that you'll be able to use on your test. If I don't hand back your quiz or any one of those papers, then that's probably because you didn't take the quiz or you weren't here when we did the paper. If you need to take that quiz, you'll need to do that this week. If you're missing one of the classwork papers, you can ask me for a blank copy, and you can go on Google Classroom and you can copy down the notes from there. Isaiah. But you can use it on your test tomorrow. And if you want me to go over any of the questions, just ask. All right. Is anybody missing any of these 3 papers that would like a copy? Anybody? So you should have 5 papers total. Which ones are here? Let me write them down. So you're gonna have your cheat sheet, which we just did today. And then quiz 5. And then I'll give you copies of them. Balancing. So those are the 5 that you should have. If you're missing any, I can give you a new copy. Yeah, okay, the ones from yesterday?
The ones from yesterday and the ones that we Thursday before break.
The Thursday before break, we didn't do one. We did 2 yesterday.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
I thought that was missing. Okay. Hi, Jamal. What's up? We did inverse operations and horizontal and vertical lines. Just give me a minute, okay? Do you have questions? Okay. Who needs the ones from yesterday? Damon. Something just like fell on me, but I don't know. There we go. So those of you who weren't here yesterday, you can go in Google Classroom and you can go in Google Classroom and I think there's videos. But there's technically videos. So you can go down. You can copy down your notes.
The one like the birthday one, that was that Wednesday
Ooh, I also have some no-name papers. Yeah. I bet that's yours, Michaela.
Yeah.
See how nicotine will get this is optimal.
I don't know.
See how nicotine will get this is optimal.
Oh, hold on. Emilio, next one. I don't think this is mine because I didn't color this.
Okay. Then I don't have yours.
Okay.
Check your bag for it. I'll take that
Yeah,
one
I
back.
will.
I mean, it's not like I have a place to be.
Huh?
It's not like I have a place to be.
Don't you have a class?
No. My teacher's probably here, like literally the only person in the class.
What class do you have? Are you looking for a stapler? I got it. You guys, when you're done with the stapler, pass it on to the next person. Okay? So look, Sam, just wait, and it'll get to you.
Okay.
Micaiah, solving equations by balancing. I don't have any more copies. Do you know how to make a copy and copier?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Here, come here. No problem. It's front back. That was the tricky piece.
I mean,
On that
Is it one of the newer ones?
You just stick it up top, and then you have to click screen, and then it'll say 1 to 1, but you want it to say 2 to 2. You click 1, and then you click 1, it'll change to 2. And then make 5.
Which one?
Yeah. Just, no, just right here.
Oh,
Just past the vending machine on the right. Yes, what can I help you with? Yes. 342. You can do it during lunch or during tutoring. But I don't know what you need to do off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it's
Come here.
this third one, second one. No, all the tests are
It's just your unit 1 test. Chapter 2 test you passed. I mean, not like but yeah, your chapter 1 test you passed. It's very complicated stuff. Okay. Cool. Thanks so much. All right. Okay. So once you have that packet made, did you have a question, Maria? You sure? Once you have that packet made, you can put it in your bag, or if you want me to hold on to it, you can turn it into the inbox. Okay? And then I'm going to hand out 2 papers. 2 papers. One is combining like terms, the pyramid. I need you to finish this up and turn it in when you're done correcting your mistakes. Okay? There's an outlet right here. It'll probably be me.
Was that the dog street?
Yeah. That like 15 ounce.
That's what I grew up on. I grew up on it. So it was my own.
Every
Every
oh, they got the,
they got a new guy.
yeah.
Plus they can find 60.
Yeah. Amelia. Bring her up. Are you selling me a product?
I found it. Okay, and so.
It'll be gone for. Yeah. I will do that. How much is it?
There's different.
Okay, I'll take a look.
After that, turn it in or do I?
One sec, Soraya. I'll change your grade if I can.
Okay.
Yes, Soraya, what's up?
So do you want me to just do it?
Just put it in with your packet for your test tomorrow. Does anybody else need a stapler? Ryan? Yeah.
Do you want to add that to it?
Yeah.
I thought you said what? Add that to this. Wait,
When did I ever
I know what you mean.
I never said that. Yeah. Yeah, so this combining like terms paper is for a grade. It is 10 points in the grade book.
Where's your pyramid B too?
Yeah, it's out of, so there's 28 in Pyramid A, 28 in Pyramid B. So the total number that you could get correct would be 56. So if you do Pyramid A and you got the whole thing right, that's a 28 out of 56, which is 50.5, it's 1/2, right? It's 50%, 5 out of 10. That's if you do just Pyramid A, not Pyramid B. So divide 31 by 56, and that'll tell you your grade. And who else? Stasia, Noe. Do you have your paper? You got that? Okay, just make sure you get that turned in, because I didn't receive it the first time. And then. So I must use like Pyramid A plus better and then
And then it'd be -11 plus. Okay. And then it's, so it would be that X plus. Yeah, yeah.
So this combining like terms paper, I'd love it if you finished it and you got it turned in today. But if you need more time to finish it, you can take it home and get it turned in by the end of the week. Yeah, and if you want me to check your work when you finish a row, just let me know and I'll come over and check it. Yeah. Just 1 second. So S minus X. Yeah.
You're nope. Just had a whole conversation. I said that to them. That sealed the deal.
That's what I
Nope.
One second. It'll be right there. I know. So it's now correct? Yes, the line green. Okay. Is override for that. Okay. I know that was confusing me too. I never gonna do it again. We're just gonna give you one. That's okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we read I don't think that's a one. I don't think it is a minus one. So 5 minus 1. Oh, okay. So we just pick 4. Oh, the second one on those. One line minus one. Negative y minus 1. You owe me $1 and then I don't want to borrow $1 and come back and borrow $1. Is it 1 or 3?
It's 2.
So we got negative 4y minus 5. Negative 5y. And then minus 2. Negative y minus 1.
I'm also going to hand back this slope worksheet. The total number of points on here was 14. So if you got 14, then you don't need to fix anything. If you got less than 14, you can correct your mistakes on it and get that one turned back into. You got it already. Oh, okay. What happened to your pyramid papers? You want to work on it for 15 minutes now? You didn't do it all the way.
Oh wait, I did. Okay.
But you need to fix this, and then you got this whole to do David. So I can walk through it with you. But that's a great idea. So you can combine your negative 2x and your 1x, right? And then we do negative 1x. You combine 3 and make 4.
This is supposed to be
That's right.
yes, exactly.
You okay, Sam? Sleepy? Okay, well then you got your bottom one too. Whoa. So tan and white, listen,
Thank you. Oh, yeah. So then that one. Okay, that's why there's a next in.
yeah. But you got this one, right? So that means you got the whole thing, right? So that's good. 3x plus y minus 8. 0 plus 3y plus 1. Perfect. You're good?
Which one do we do? You don't know these two.
So that's something that you can look from Google Classroom at. From here, Google Classroom. Can you pull it up? Okay.
There it is. Plus what? You're just reading that. What's that? Yeah, let's go back to 5. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yes. I thought it was a 50. I thought it said 56. Okay. There you go. You're good. Let's say that's turn it in. You guys are good on your slope papers? You don't have to turn your slope papers back in. Sticky notes go on the back board. It's fine. -5 minus 2. And then -8 plus 1. Okay, so we've got like 5 minutes left. That combining like terms paper and the slope paper are for a grade. Turn them in if you're done. Take them home if you need more time. The packet you can hold on to, just make sure you bring it back tomorrow. Or if you want me to hold on to it, turn it into the inbox as well. Test tomorrow, all we're going to do is take the test. Tuesday. Is it correct in your missing comment? Awesome. Is it 3rd? Yes.
Ooh, and I have a few more papers to hand back to those of you who retook things, redid things. I teach you on that one. Herrera. Wyatt. And you can do this. And then Damon. And last one. What do we do with our sticky notes? Sticky notes go on the backboard. Click this. That was your Yep. You okay, Sam? Did you find it? Yeah.
You say CCR. They didn't do it the first one.
Okay, that's
What
okay.
CCR means?
It's mostly this. CCR.
They say anything. Just shake it.
CCR is a band. Yeah.
Is that what it stands after?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. From like the 70s. Here's with this. If you want to finish this up. What about this one? That one is mistakes on it. And then
Tell us what it stands for. Because we don't know. That's why. CCR that makes sense.
I really want to get, I don't know if you've seen my Game Boy Color. And I have a little Game Boy Color. And I really want to get one of the old Super Mario games.
That's what it stands for.
I know they make it for like your phone too, but it's better. No, you should play it. I got Tetris in there. What is it? It's a Game Boy. Do you know what I mean? No. I got it when I was in like 3rd grade. So 22 years ago.
Yeah.
But this lady is from
Council correction.
this lady.
Which one is it? Game Boy?
It's, no, just the Game Boy Color. 1998. So older than that. But this Tetris, I think, is from like the 80s. It's with my brothers. It's from original Game Boy, not even Game Boy Color.
That's what I gave my mom.
I like Tetris. Yeah, 1989.
I've seen them, but I've just never.
Yeah. I saw it on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please put chairs up, you guys. If anybody needs to stay to get anything done, just let me know because I'm not doing tutoring this week. Mr. Tominga is, so just let me know if I need to give him something. And I don't know if I told you guys, but if anybody has one of my chargers, would have my name on it, just check your bag. You're not in trouble or anything, but I'm missing a charger. So just look and see if you have my charger. All right, everybody, have a good day. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
And then do you want me to go up to 27 right now?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Wyatt, did I just show you the test? I didn't give it to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minus 3. 1 minus 2. That'd be 2. Okay, so I will those. And then this one, I found this is 1 minus 15 should be. Thank you. And I can pay for it now. Yes, you can do either that or. Do you want me to fill this out? Yes, please. And if you just tell me what the federal name is, I'll put it that way.
All right, thank you. And do you want it delivered to you, or do you want to do pickup?
Just pick up from here?
Yes.
I'll just.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. I love poinsettias. Malta, where my husband's from, they just grow wild.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Same with asparagus. Just
Oh,
grows
yes.
wild
I
all
love
over the
asparagus.
place. So you can like walk around and just eat it raw. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, thank
Cool.
you so
Thanks,
much.
Tian. See you later.
See ya. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, Mary.
Tutor, yeah, it's Mr. Tominga today across the hall. Right there. Yep. I'm sure the roads are clear now, but see you tomorrow. I gotta go.
Friday, we're going to the middle school, yes?
Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about that.
Okay, gonna talk about it tomorrow. I mean, now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I asked, because I have a telehealth meeting at 10. That was like the only time I could get in. So I asked Jennifer and Warren what like the schedule was, and they said we'd have the meeting here 8 to 9 and then go over there, but that's the only information they could give me. So I don't know. And then I'm supposed to meet with ELL people as well in middle school at some point in time too. So
Well, if you've got those things and if you wanna ditch out or whatever we plan.
I mean, I was planning on I can just go over there and just at 10 o'clock I'll have to jump out and do my thing and then I guess come back and finish up. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, or if you need to meet with ELO, we can
Yeah, and that's just gonna be like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I think that should
pull you in.
yeah.
Do we wanna
And
just take our textbook? Like,
yeah, I think I
Not
have
really.
like a list of all the topics that we cover out of the textbook, like just to list out the ones that we skipped. I have that document from there, so we can pick that up too. And then I don't know, I was gonna even tell Andrea like she doesn't have to go if she doesn't want to. Because she has enough on her plate.
Yeah.
It just feels a
and
little-
she's only 3 months in. Like,
yeah,
she doesn't really know what those big gaps are.
no,
Really.
no.
So.
Yeah. Fun. Yeah.
Alright. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, you too.